Hey, how are you? This is Jay Lava, and this is the Keep It P podcast. Y'all know what's going on here. So this time we gonna break down some statistics for y'all, cause it's always the evil black people. The black people are evil. They're evil blacks. Well, this one says some majority black communities saw violent crime decrease in 2020, bucking. Look at that choice of words. Bucking a national trend. So we're gonna dive a little deeper. Come on, gather around, get your friends. It's going down on the Keep It P podcast.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, TZ Vaughn Savage and Jay Lava is in the fucking building with the Keep It P podcast, motherfucker.
Vaughn Savage and Jay Lava on the new podcast. They Keep It P podcast, where they take news, situations, and everyday occurrences and show how one could or could not be keeping it P.
I'm Keep It P. As a matter of fact, Keep It P, but then again, Keep It PG-PE. This is Professor Griff. I'm out of here.
Say it with your chest now.
Music.
All right. Out of the darkness into the lighty light. Is that hella comments? What up, Jay? That's funny. Here, I'll start the comments over because sometimes it does that. But this is the Keep It P podcast, where we take the news, situations, everyday occurrences, and indeed we show how one could have and could not have been keeping it P. I'm not trying to tell you what to think. I'm trying to show you how to think, which is the reason why I bust down these articles. But then I thought the other day that I don't be saying, when you find yourself mixed up in an anti-black racist war propaganda machine being perpetuated by the lamestream media, then you got the Democrats and the Republicans. I thought it was really important that I say that, because as you guys are currently seeing, that they're two wings of the same bird, because they're both talking alike and they both don't have a problem targeting black people. That's why I say 94-1 on the crime bill. You see what I'm saying? Because that means that from across the aisle, they chose to get together and practice anti-black racism. Hence the reason why I got the shirt on the screen. No anti-black racism. So, what I need you to do is hit that like button, because that help with the algorithms. Then I need you to hit the subscribe if this is your first time seeing the program, and then I want you to hit that notification button so that you can be alerted every time I decide to go live. But then not only this, so what I'm doing right now is I'm sharing this to my messenger family. I got a messenger family that relies on these alerts. You dig? Sometimes YouTube don't be sending out the notifications, so I boom bam get them to them. You know what I'm saying? But let the rhythm hit them. And y'all sucker MCs, and you might think that's corny, but what's really corny is if we let the culture die. Mr. Vaughn Savage in here, B1 family. All right, let's put it on the Summer Jam screen here. Now, what they talking about is are they saying that crime has gone down in the black community? Is that what they saying? It says, data FBI, Alabama Law Enforcement Agency 2020 Census, Chapter Jacqueline, whatever her name is. Despite the national jump, nearly half of America's medium and smaller sized communities with majority black populations actually saw last year in overall reported violent crimes a drop. No, they didn't. They didn't say a drop. They didn't say a drop, though. They said why it matters. The trend paints a more nuanced picture about stupid 19 and the racial justice. Hold on, what? How we get to talking about crime and Stupid 19. Oh, they just threw me for that. Okay, so it paints another nuanced picture about Stupid 19 and the racial justice protests actually impacted crime and policing from Newark, New Jersey to Baltimore to Gary, Indiana. Okay. Details. Exis reviewed at recent FBI crime data in 2020 census where available state police statistics for 23 major black communities with populations of more than 25,000. Data shows that in 10 of those, overall violent crime actually declined compared with the year before. In 4 of those 10, however, the murder rate rose. So wait a minute. Is this about declining crime or rising murder rate? They got bullet points. I'm not going to read those. I hate the bullet points because you know what? They're going to say the bullet points in the thing. They just kind of want to reinforce that. So I'm not finna say that because that's propaganda. So this is what they say they're saying. And I'm not lying. It says what they're saying. And look, it says that. It says what they're saying, right? It says what they're saying. Collaborative efforts during the time of significant racial and social unrest allowed us to keep the city from Augusta free of violent crimes. Mayor Hattie Davidson Jr. said. More bullet points. Between the lines, it says. Some of these cities experience run counter to the narrative Republicans are testing for in 2020 connection defund the police campaigns with violent crimes. By the numbers, see, they want you to read the bullet points because the bullet points got the bullshit in them. Now I got to go back and kind of read the bullet points because they skipping over the bullshit. It says the communities use a variety of techniques from revamping training changes in prosecution to social spending experiments. Word salad. See, that's why I didn't want to read the bullet points because the bullet points didn't even say shit. It says police in New York increased officer training in 2020 and used the Newark County Street Team, a group made up of former offenders, to diffuse unrest during racial justice protests. Newark police did not fire one shot in 2020. Now that's interesting. And basically what they're saying is black male energy quelled a city on fire. Okay. Marilyn Mosby, the state attorney for Baltimore, stopped prosecuting drug possession, prostitution, trespassing, and other major crimes during the pandemic, resulting in big crime drops in the city. In March 2021, she made her temporary steps permanent. So what they're trying to say is that she somehow stopped prosecuting, and that could be farther from the truth. What they're saying was during the pandemic, since wasn't nobody out there in the streets like that, wasn't that many people getting into crime. That's what they really saying. But they trying to twist it and turn it like she's being ultra super liberal and now the city is running amok. But they can't be saying that because just in this whole paragraph, they just talked about how crime declined. So which one is it? The city of Gary started moving residents out of high-rise public housing complexes into other affordable housing options. The city this year began pilot programs for 500 residents around guaranteed home income. What does that have to do with the okay? So now they trying to so in the paragraph before, they're talking about how one mayor in Baltimore, she was super lenient on crimes. Now they going back to, well, look what we were able to do. Fish sticks, super sticks. Look what we were able to do in Gary by giving 500 residents in the whole city. Cause that ain't really, you're not really doing nothing. It says violent crime fell in Augusta, Richmond County, Georgia, a black majority consolidated city county next to Savannah River, after officials imposed a strict pandemic shutdown, unlike the rest of the state. So now they try. So they ship out the black folks. Now the crime is down. Yeah. Not only that though, this one they just tried to say that, well, since there was a strict lockdown, we had those Negroes under control and the crime went down. So almost to suggest as if they need to be under lockdown conditions. That's weird. Davis said law enforcement officials officially also were engaged to perform wellness checks on members of the community. Donald Trump got it been, but then it should be up to whether you sent them, right? But then it should be wherever you sent them. Yeah, especially if they went to another majority black place, because obviously it's probably where their family is and that kind of thing too. Talk about spin. Yeah, I know, right? Donald Trump used racist language to describe crime and poverty in black majority cities and blamed defunded police calls for jump in crime during the last months of his office. Okay, that's true, but obviously this article says that was a lie. By the numbers, is what they say. The 10 communities saw an aggressive 17.9 decline in the total numbers of reported crimes from 2019. So there goes the numbers for you, right? And I don't want to hear spot out of Mosley, consider they haven't had any people who aren't already in prison out. What, they had some people in prison that they were supposed to let out. So now they go to Flint, Michigan, and they say Flint, Michigan, a community of 9,500 people came out of a water crisis, saw the number of violent crimes decline by more than 25%. Why they needed to mention Flint's water crisis, I don't know. You didn't do nothing about it, but yeah, they ain't doing no crimes because there wasn't no crimes around there in the first place. Like, why was that even a highlight? Anyway, Birmingham, Alabama, city of 209,000 that played a key role in the civil rights movement, saw a 20% reduction in violent crime. Gary, Indiana, outside of Chicago, with the reputation for high crime, witnessed a 15% fall in overall crime violence. The big picture is what they say. He said, and the people left. Yeah, yeah, the people's gone. The big picture, estimated number of violent crimes across the United States rose for the first time in 4 years in 2020, according to statistics released by the FBI in September. The estimated rate of crimes, such as the murder rate, robbery, aggravated assault, was 387.8 offenses per 100,000 inhabitants, and a 5.6% increase from 2019. So it went up 5%, basically. All of that to say that. Okay. He said, no, she's looking for credit for no longer prosecution at a low level drugs. You think she's trying to what, on some Oregon shit? How they made everything illegal in Oregon type shit? Is that what you mean? Let me see. Of the 23 majority black communities whose data we examined, 12, including Detroit and Memphis, Tennessee, saw increases in violent crimes. Data for the 13th city was incomplete. But between the lines, the decreases are important nuances. Policy and research coordinator for the movement of Black Lives. Oh, here we go. Black Lives. But because when crime rates rise, are often used for justification to overload policing. Duh, fuel systematic racism. Duh, here we go. Black and Latino communities. Black and Latino. Black and Latino. Black and Latino. Increasing crime in some black communities pushes against the false narrative that have been created, and somehow racial justice uprisings cause violent crime, and somehow the defund movement has led to increased crime, she said. But yes, some of the communities 10 experienced jump in the murder rate, even overall violent crimes decline. Birmingham, 106 murders in 2020. Murders in Portsmouth, Virginia, a city of 94,000 or more, doubled from last year. Well, Virginia, okay. And the 8 of the 10 communities still had violent crimes as well as national averages, expecting higher than Augusta, Georgia, or Augusta, Richmond County in Georgia, and Prince George's County in Maryland. Places I've never heard of. Says be smart. He said she was taking crimes, but she kept the rates high, and the people were still in prison over those crimes. Well, just like the people that are still in prison over the weed crimes in all the states that it went legal, but we ain't gonna talk about that though. Says Ronnie Dunn, an associate professor of urban studies, Cleveland State University, said it's important not to make too many conclusions about the trends using only 2 years worth of data. So here goes Debbie Downer, because it has something to do with black communities. Now let's not jump to conclusions. You have to contextualize the regional economy and the age and the demographic of the population, particularly at the age of group which is more likely to engage in crime activity. So they wanted to leave you with Debbie Downer. You can't have a good article talking about less crime in the black community without saying, hey, slowing down now. We don't want to give them too much credit. 2 years of data, that's not enough to make a conclusive statistic here. Like, shut up, dude. Anyway, I ain't gonna hold you, but I did want to told you that they be talking all that shit. I mean, who's violent? Now, we do stories on a daily basis about model citizens and about the dominant society just running wild, killing kids, all that. Very rarely do you hear stories about, and someone's like, oh, y'all cherry picked them stories. No, bruh, the stories don't exist. See, the crime went down. You heard that, right? We've been doing stories all year. The crime went down. You heard that, right? Did you hear that? I ain't make this shit up, dog. Anyway, let me show y'all this shirt. Yes, that's the one that I'm rocking right now. You know what I'm saying? Dang! Go get you an anti-black racism shirt. And then I also got 4 words for you and my other ghost self over there. I got, oh, damn, that's the point. I got love, peace, blessings. The blessings got the Birdman hand rub. You see that, right? And then I got the Aloha, right? B1 Health and Wellness, y'all. And then y'all take these commercials. I'll be right back. Oh, no, actually, I'm not coming right back, but we'll see y'all at 12 on the nooner then, and all of that. We out.
Music teasing.
Ways for you to run my cash.
Check reparation. Check reparation. Check reparation. Check reparation. Check reparation. Check reparation. Check reparation.
Got it, bring it back. Got it, bring it back. Got it, bring it back.
I bring it back like I took it from the premises. I bring it back like it's stolen from my nemesis. I bring it back. Shawty bang my line. You can holler at me later. Shawty bang my line. Shawty bang my line. Bang my line. You can holler at me later. Shawty bang my line. You can catch me on the book or DM me at IG. Consider me. Look, I don't play with this shit. You don't even know what I gave to this shit. Self-made with this shit. I'm a slave with this shit. Been a lot of roads I done paved with this shit. Look.
Taking flight, changing life in one night. By 2 a.m. if you do it right. Up late like nigga night. Small fish, big appetite. Get an extra 4 if you whip it right. Got good gas and it's light bright. Got big balls and a good pipe. One calling it.
Then you could just go and say, this is a possible way for me to go and lay. Man, I knew it was something, couldn't ignore it. It was fate, it was fate. I was in the image and I definitely belong here. And now that I'm here, I'ma change.
Yeah, I'm an animal, red gorilla. I eat your dog, your poochie. Get what you're gonna get, front and center.
Which I grew up living life, which I knew. Standing on my toes, graduated with my honors. TC scientific, getting to what's the plan? C, throw kickbacks, sit back, throwing kicks on, get the grip of
Music TV.